Today we're coming to you from the Bronx, New York, and we have an amazing story, a story that's part of this book, The Baker's Son, with Mr. Lowell Hawthorne and his family, and your family's history and what you have created, the Golden Krust Bakery, and that has become the largest bakery owned by people from the Caribbean. And that is an amazing story, and thank you for inviting us to the Bronx. Hamptons Television is happy to be here today to meet with you and to share your story with our viewers. The Baker's Son. Let's start with your father. Your father was the baker who created these tasty treats.
Yes, thank you, Ernie. I want to welcome you to the Golden Krust's headquarters, home of the world's best tasting patties, as you can imagine, and of course, jerk chicken. As you can imagine, the book was written to inspire the next generation of leaders that they too can achieve their American dreams and use their God-given ability to be all that they can be. But the bakers and the son's accomplishment would not have been possible without the baker. The baker happens to be my father, my mentor, my spiritual leader, the one who guided me to be who I am today. So I attribute my success to my father and my mother. They played a critical role in my life, shaping me, teaching me how to be a true businessman and to live a life of integrity and character. So I have devoted the book to the memory of my father and my mother.
What a wonderful story. And your mother, your mother's
Mavis
and Ephraim
Hawthorne, yes.
Well, the story starts in St. Andrew. Is it in Jamaica?
Yes, it started in in the country of Jamaica, a suburb, no electricity, no running water, but love from family. It's 11 of us, 11 brothers and sisters, including me. And of course, my parents had a bakery for over 50 years. So that is where I learned how to bake bread, buns, and cake. I actually learned how to make patties in the United States. That's one of the secrets that my father has never taught us, how to make patties. And the story will unfold the secret of how to make a good Jamaican patties.
It's an interesting story because exactly how to make a good Jamaican patty. And what you were able to do was bring in individuals, different chefs, cooks from Jamaica. Was Mel one of the?
Mel was one of them. Just to fast forward the story a bit, having journeyed from Jamaica, arrived in the United States, I spent the first 10 years working for NYPD as an accountant. I left after about 9 years and 11 months to start my business, took child care leave of absence from work, never to return, and the rest is history. But along that journey, we encountered many challenges in establishing the Golden Krust name and brand, whether it was extortionists, whether it's trying to find the right financial resources to start the business. But what we also encountered, which was quite extraordinary, is the fact that my father never taught us how to make beef patties. So we're actually buying patties from one of the largest producers of Jamaican patties in the United States. Until 1993, having opened 8 stores, my competitor saw us as a major threat to his industry. So he decided to cut our patty supplies off.
Well, it's written in the book.
It's written in the book.
So one day your major supplier decides, I'm not providing you this any further because I feel you're cutting into my business. But as has happened many times, and you write about, when you have a downturn, you have something that is so awful. And as I recall, you were on vacation.
I was on vacation.
And who did you call but your father?
I called him Pops and said, Pops, you would not believe it. My patty supplies have been cut off. My father said, very comforting word, don't worry. Do not run back to the States. All things work together for good to them that love the Lord. I listened, I stayed, came back to the United States and started to wheel and deal and how to find patties and then how to come across with this great recipe. It took me to London, took me to Chicago, back to Jamaica. After about 7 months, we actually nailed down a patty recipe. But what's important is through challenges comes opportunity, and through adversity, we have always been able to succeed and rise to the occasion. And
well, you mentioned also that at one point in your time, you became the subject of, you became part of the radar of the organized crime people here in the Bronx. And here you were starting this business. You were, the first store was on Gun Hill Road.
Gun Hill Road.
And you were living where the store was? Or
as a matter of fact, one of my brother was living on top of the store. I was living about 4 blocks away. And just imagine, like most businesses in New York City, you start off, these guys organized crime, they would come in and they would tell you exactly what to pay. As a matter of fact, we were paying some $7,000 a month.
For sanitation?
For sanitation, just to stay in business. And it was just a small amount of garbage, but we had no choice. And it continues until, of course...
And it started at $350 a week.
A week, until it gets to almost $7,000 a month.
And then what did you do? You decided as a family that you couldn't.
We're not going to pay anymore. We put our foot down and we decided we're not going to do it anymore. And I remember one day we came home, one morning we opened up the bakery and they dumped fish water all over the street. But that did not stop us, you know. We believe in God. We know that He would have prevailed. And luckily, the Giuliani administration was going through a lot of changes at the Fulton Fish Market and many places. So they were able to bring in a publicly traded carting company called Waste Management, and our garbage bill went from $7,000 a month to a couple of $100 a month,
which was more proper and realistic.
More proper, and that
but again, another situation where it could have all been lost, but faith and family brought you further. Let's talk about your family, because you have a lovely wife who's supported you throughout all of this.
Yeah.
Could we talk a little bit about your sons also and how they've become part of the company?
Like anything else, Golden Krust business is built in family. You know, it's 11 brothers and sisters. We all work here, whether you're in a factory, whether you're running retail stores in Atlanta, Florida, the Miami area, or you're right here at the headquarters. But also, not only my siblings are in the business, but also my children. My daughter, Monique, she runs the foundation. My son Homar is the director of franchise development, and my eldest son Haywood is the vice president of manufacturing. My wife is the director of human resource, and my youngest son Darren, who graduates from college next month, May 13th, he will be an attorney, and he'll certainly join the company as a corporate counsel. So it's a family affair, it's a family business, and what's important is the fact that we've been able to capitalize on each person's strength. And where there are weaknesses, we're bringing folks from the outside to strengthen those areas. And it works well. Give them the education, give them the knowledge, give them the experience, and then you bring them into family business.
Faith and family.
Faith and family is important. I've had to overcome many hurdles, whether it's my personal sickness. When I was sick, I got sick at one point. I was in 2009. Encountered what is considered to be a major brain hemorrhage at age 48. But you know, with faith and with believing in God that all things are possible with Him, here I am today.
Well, you mentioned that through prayer, through
prayers,
all the people who were there rooting for you, praying for you. You were able to leave without having to face an operation like Joe Biden faced for brain aneurysm.
That is correct, and here I am today, feeling good, enjoying my family, prioritize a little bit different. My priorities are different, but certainly I do enjoy a lot of tennis. As you can see, I have quite a bit of trophies back here.
Yes, I see. I'm very jealous.
But it's good, and I do believe that, you know, had my competitor not discontinued my supply, we would not be having this interview.
But there's something else I have to mention. This is, for our viewers, you've got to read the book.
Yeah.
But when you received notice when you were in Jamaica that your visa was granted to come to the United States, that wasn't really a happy day for you. You really didn't want to leave.
No, just imagine, was what is called kid entrepreneur. I had a minibus, I had my sound system, I was a DJ in Jamaica. So I was doing all of these fancy little things there until my visa came through. And can you just imagine having arrived in the United States May 2nd, 1981, having arrived on the Whitestone Bridge, making my first stop, wondering what the heck am I doing on the bridge stopping? Why are we paying to cross a bridge? My perception of the United States is what I saw on television, watching Dallas.
First rule, don't trust television.
Watching the Dallas movie and
That's
seeing what's
right,
happening, the Hollywood glamour, and having arrived in the Bronx, having lived in the South Bronx. That's not what I encountered when I arrived. So I had to acclimatize myself to that environment.
Let's talk about Golden Krust, because our viewers should be familiar with Golden Krust because it is available in restaurants, in Costco, and in supermarkets.
Yes.
The brand and how you envision that brand developing from its beginning. Could we talk about where it is today and where you want to bring it into the future?
Yeah, Golden Krust began in 1989, and we built approximately 30 stores within the first 6 years. We became a franchisor in 1996. We have 120 stores on the East Coast. This is our headquarters. We employed some 225 people here. System-wide, we employ over 1,600 people. The company produces patties for most of the supermarkets in the United States, and we supply over 12,000 supermarkets. We supply the penal systems. We supply the school systems. We are halal. Our sauces are also kosher, and our patties will be kosher soon. And we pride ourselves on quality and community spirit, giving thousands of scholarships and hundreds of scholarships to students going off to college. We reinvest in our community. We reinvest in our youth because we realize that only through education we'll be able to transform lives.
Privately owned?
Privately owned, and we'll always be privately owned.
Very well, very well. Well, I know there have been some reported figures that it's over 100 million a year, but that number, whatever that number may be, by 2020 you feel it's going to be fivefold of what it is at this present
Yes,
point.
the company's 2020 vision is to ensure that Jamaican patties will be mainstream, that all Americans will be eating patties. How does one define mainstream? Mainstream is defined either when all Americans have heard it or when all Americans are eating it. And that's the company's vision, and we're going to take it to the different channels: company stores, franchising, club stores, retail channels, and non-traditional channels. That is how we're going to take the Golden Krust cuisine mainstream by 2020. I've often said that vision without execution is nothing more than hallucination. And we certainly know how to execute the vision well here at Golden Krust.
Absolutely, sir. Well, this is such an inspirational story. You're going to take us for a little bit of a look here at your great facility here in the Bronx.
Yes, I certainly show you how patties are produced. We make about 360 patties here per minute. Company, we operate here from 5 a.m. in the morning until midnight, and we just keep turning it out. This is a
Beautiful setting, right?
This is a picture with all my siblings, and of course my 48 nieces and nephews, along with the patriarch, my father and my mother, and just looking over all of us, giving us his blessing as usual.
His presence is felt to this
Right
day.
through to this very day. He has left us with some wonderful quotes and wonderful words that we'll always remember. He has often said to us that many have dreamed dreams, but not everyone has seen the manifestation of those dreams. He often said to us that must all follow after him as he follows after Christ.
That's so
Be empowered and walk as men.
Did your faith come to you on your own, or was it from your parents?
I think for my parents, having born in that environment, because my father was a bishop, pastor for a church, so I spent all my days in church and all my early days in church. And as you struggles and encounter the different obstacles, then you develop a stronger faith as you go along.
But many people, I'm pretty sure, in your growing up, as here in the Bronx, we're from Brooklyn, my brother and I, you could have gone either way. There are some who took the path of education and learning and trying to make their families proud. and there are others for the grace of God. They went into another direction. Your father and mother were very strong with you and your family and keeping everyone together.
That is important, and that's why we're able to run a successful family business. Because running a successful family business with 11 brothers and their spouses and significant others, nieces and nephews, it's never easy. But you have to work twice as hard. You have to make sure you create an environment where everyone is treated equally, whether family or non-family. You have to make sure that your family members work hard. You have to make sure that they have the same training and skills as a non-family member before you appoint them to the different position in the organization.
You've extended family to include the foundation, and there's a picture here.
Yes.
Which could we...
2011 scholarship recipients. We give out over 50 scholarships in 2011, and those are some of the wonderful, bright, aspiring students that go into different universities and different colleges. And the foundation is named after my parents, the Mavis and Ephraim Hawthorne Golden Krust Foundation.
This is amazing.
Yes, being able to give back, it's just a profound sense of gratitude and satisfaction. Started off with one building, the very first one there, and then since then we have bought all 7 buildings, including the building on the Claremont and Park Avenue. So we basically have the entire block for ourselves here.
And from this facility, how many patties are created?
We are producing, I believe, about some 250 to 300,000 patties a day here.
And the amount of people who work here?
225 people work here.
That's a big truck.
That's what it takes. If you're going to supply the entire United States and take the taste of the Caribbean to the world, you'll need trucks like that.
Beautiful. That must get some reaction when it's on the highway.
Yes. Everybody looks at it. Can't miss it. Each year we'd end up buying 1 or 2 buildings. Still going to be expanding the parking lot, putting another 30,000 square feet. We're trying to get our capacity up to about 1,000 patties a minute.
And you've been true to your Bronx roots by keeping the business here, building.
Yeah, we want to be an inner city business, and it's important. We get to employ people within the community, folks that live within the community, and we are proud of that.
So now we're coming into the factory.
Now you're coming into the plant, yeah. It's a federal manufacturing plant. That means you have a full-time USDA inspector here on premises at all time.
It's a major process to create something.
Yes, a major process. You got meat, you got everything there. So that is why the federal inspector is here.
Well, the standards.
And the standards are pretty high.
Outstanding.
Yes, standards are pretty high.
Now that is impressive. What are we looking at?
That's the dough. That's the patty dough.
That's the patty dough.
That's the patty dough. The process begins right here. It dumps about 1,000 pounds of dough in this hopper. Then it comes out here in small pieces. And it travels all the way up here. Go to an extruder that brings the dough together. Then it travels right here. Get a couple of folds in there. And it travels on a resting belt for about half an hour, and it comes under and keep going. Each part of the machine, there are different sections. That is called a reducer, that reduces the dough as it travels. It gets smaller, it gets smaller. Getting smaller there. That's serving. Comes around it, make a corner. Gets very thin. Cuts it there. Right here. This is the meat that goes into the patty. it gets folded, patties form there. From there it goes to a freezer.
Beautiful. The whole process.
It spends about half an hour in the freezer. When it is frozen, and it comes out on top. Goes to a packing room.
So they're all frozen?
They're now
coming out
frozen,
from
yes,
on top.
yes.
This is amazing.
Yeah, they keep doing that right up until midnight tonight, non-stop.
Constantly. That line is constantly going.
It's constantly going.
How wonderful. And did you help create some of this
Yes, we
machinery?
have to design these machines.
You helped design it
Yes,
because this is specific to your purposes.
That's correct, that's correct.
And at any given moment you could change from, because now you have vegetarian
Yes.
fillings.
So we wash down and then we start a new product. Today's a day for beef.
Today's the day for
Beef day, yeah. Now these are frozen. These are being packed in boxes. And these patties in this room, they all go to the Golden Krust locations, the penal systems, or the school system. We're going to take it to another facility where we make the patties for the supermarket, the Costco's, the Dollar Tree stores, and the ShopRites. But this one is just for the Golden Krust stores.
And again, this goes, how many hours a day is this running?
We start at 6 a.m. and work until midnight.
Amazing. Amazing.
Keep turning them out.
And that beautiful color.
Beautiful
that
color.
Golden color.
Golden Krust.
Looks fantastic.
That's how we came up with the name Golden Krust.
Beautiful.
Because of the beautiful crust of the patty.
That is unbelievable. A lot of happy people are going to be eating.
Yes, eating Golden Krust. This is where the patties are baked for the supermarkets. This is one of our quality control person. She's responsible for quality to make sure that all the patties look and taste good. Make sure I have the right color. It's beautiful. It's golden. It is crispy. It is flaky. And I do enjoy biting that patty every so often. You see this? This means the patty is pretty good.
Beautiful.
Very flaky. This is all
That's
beef.
that secret recipe.
Secret recipe.
Flaky and crispy.
Flaky and crispy. These are our microwavable patties. These patties can be found in all the Dollar Tree stores, all the 7-Elevens, and the Dollar Tree stores throughout the country. All states you can find these patties. These are shipped nationwide. This is a microwavable patty. It's what is considered to be grab and go. It is simple. You take it out of the freezer, put it in the microwave for 2 minutes, and she's ready to go. It's nice and simple. You still get that fresh, flaky crust. The frozen patties that go to some supermarkets. If they come down here, they get a pretty good, put the box down, and
So it's all automated.
everything is automated. Keep it simple, easy.
But you had to design with your team the system for all of this
Yes.
to come together.
Yes.
And these are the microwavable ones? that-
Yes, these are the microwave.
7-Elevens?
7-Elevens, Dollar Tree, Costco's, all the ShopRites, Stop and Shop, all Winn-Dixie, all public supermarkets, Piggly Wiggly's, Lowe's, you name it.
Amazing. Amazing. Congratulations,
Thank you,
sir.
thank you.
What a wonderful dream.
Yes,
How did you come out with the logo for Golden Krust?
I guess we wanted it to be very Caribbean. So it's basically like a sun ray.
It is like a sun
It's like
ray.
a sun ray, yeah, that represents the Caribbean.
And under the Golden Krust, you have the wave.
The wave, which represents the ocean in Jamaica.
Right.
Beautiful
we have,
sea.
We have the wave also.
You have the
for
wave.
Hamptons. And this is the largest processing plant for Jamaican patties in the United States.
Yeah, we make the most patties. And these two machines make the boxes.
What a wonderful staff you have. They're
wonderful. Everybody's good. Everybody's happy.
And they're well fed. You have the best
Free lunch,
cafeteria.
free everything. All the patties I can eat.
A lot of benefits working here. This is wonderful. What an amazing story.
Yeah, so these machines just make patties.
So when a big order is underway and constantly the different orders, they're working overtime to make it happen.
Yep, working right up. Let's make it happen. A lot of things going on here, Candice, right?
Amazing how it all came together.
Yes. This is.
And it all started in those humble beginnings, but the dream was there. And if you dream big,
it will happen. It all begins with a dream. And vision and dreams without execution is nothing more than an hallucination. And if you don't execute, you won't see the reality. And if you don't take risk, you will not reward opportunity.
Franchising is an important part of your business, and it gives people an opportunity to be part of the Golden Krust family. Could we talk a little bit about how someone could become a franchise holder?
Yeah, as you know, Golden Krust we have 120 franchises out there, located in 9 states, and anyone who becomes a franchisee, it's the way to go. Franchising overall has over 95% success rate, and the Golden Krust franchise certainly epitomizes that. And the good thing about it, you get the training, you get the support from us, and of course you get the quality product that Golden Krust produces here. Franchise, of course, is you have a full team, we have a good brand, and we have a good name. You can access it. Go to the Golden Krust website at www.goldenkrustbakery.com. Our telephone number is quite easy. It's 718-OK-KRUST. Krust with a K.
718-OK-KRUST. Excellent.
Yes.
Thank you, Lowell Hawthorne. What a wonderful business you've created, your family, your faith. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to tour your Golden Krust Bakery here in the Bronx.
Thank you very much for coming and just getting a taste of what we do here and the things that we've accomplished. We could not have accomplished without our wonderful franchisees, the staff of the Golden Krust organization, and of course, God's grace. It's a wonderful business memoir that speaks of my journey from Jamaica to the United States and closes with the baker's dozen, the 13 do and don'ts in business. God bless you, and thanks for being at our home in the Bronx.
Say bye-bye burgers, pass on the pizza, forget the francs. Anytime is party time. Discover Golden Krust's authentic Jamaican-style patties. Beef, chicken, vegetables, soya, spinach, and shrimp. Feast on our great tasty sensations. Jerk chicken, oxtail, sliced fish, and much more. Savor the taste of the Caribbean. Only at a Golden Krust near you. A family tradition since 1949. GoldenKrustBakery.com.